And then we have a runaway ball of yarn. Hey guys, welcome to the Knit Now Swatch Later podcast channel. My name is Courtney. Today we'll be talking about the Dozen Socks make-along, knitting projects that I've been working on, what I've been reading, and whatever other crafty nonsense I've been getting into lately. If that sounds like something that suits your fancy, grab a project and a cup of something and stick around. You can find me on Instagram as Knit Now Swatch Later and on Ravelry as Pup. And links to everything that I talk about during the episode will be listed in the show notes down below this video. Alright, so starting with the make-along, I hope that you guys have been enjoying knitting along with me, making a pair of socks for each month of the year. The goal is to end the year of 2025 with 12 new pairs of handmade socks. My personal goal is for them to all be knit from stash yarn. So make sure that you are using the hashtag #ADozenSocks25, which I will put along the screen. And I have really been enjoying looking through some of the posts that you guys have shared over there. So make sure that you check those out and use the hashtag if you want a chance to have your pair of socks shown on the podcast. To participate, post finished socks in the Ravelry thread and post twice if you used yarn from stash. It's not too late to join. Check out the Ravelry thread or episode 81 of the podcast for more details on what we're doing and how to join. And I thought it might be fun to take a moment to actually go through, I think I kind of just showed the basket of yarn that I have pulled out for the Dozen Socks make-along, but I didn't actually talk about any of it. So I thought it might be fun to just kind of go through those quickly so that you guys can see that I do sort of have a plan. I'm going to immediately derail from this plan, but I'll show you what I intended because this is the yarn that I pulled out for March socks. These are from Allura Fibers in Marshall, North Carolina. And the color is just 01H0AV. So I was going to use these for my March socks, but I also showed this in the last episode. I am going to instead knit another pair of Valentine socks because this yarn is just so cute, and I found another really cute pattern by Leah Gibson that I'm planning on just striping these two colors to make those socks. So I will share more. I don't have the project written down, but I will share more details on that in the next episode of the podcast. So these are my March socks. And then for April, I was thinking I might use this sock set that I got from Muse 2320 Fiber Company. And the color is Florence and the Machine on their Mockingbird base. So I just thought that I've had this one in my stash for a while now, and I really like the colors, and I like the little stitch marker. I don't know if it's gonna focus with it moving like that, but this little music note stitch marker, just thought that would be fun for the month of April. I don't know. Some of these don't really have any rhyme or reason to them. So I have this purple and gray yarn that my dad got for me, and he asked me to knit him a pair of socks. So I'm going to try and come up with something using these colors. He is a really big fan of The Nightmare Before Christmas, so we had talked about maybe designing a sock with Jack's face on it around the leg of the sock. So these are my plan for May so that I can give them to him for Father's Day in June. So I'm trying to plan ahead here, which is not usually how I do things. So let's see how it works out for me. I picked this color for July socks because it's just, I don't know, I thought with the blue and the pink and the white, it was kind of 4th of July vibes a little bit. So this is Mandy's Makings, part of her coffee Shop Sock Club, which I think was last year maybe. This is the Swift and Finch coffee colorway on her fingering weight base, and this is my plan for July. And all of these right now I'm planning on knitting as vanilla socks, but I'll let you know as the year goes on if that plan changes and what I'm going to be doing instead if it does. Okay, so some of these I'm just guessing on, but I want to say this was my color choice for August, which is another one of the coffee shop sock sets from Mandy's Makings yarn, and this is Chubby Dog Coffee Company. It just kind of reminds me of like a sunflower, and I just thought that these might be cute for August. For September, I have this really pretty speckled yarn. This is Haverland on their Potomac sock base, and the color is Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers. I didn't know that was what it was called. But here's the label. Here's where it says that. I'm not lying. And I guess this is based off of old films maybe. I'm not really sure what the the inspiration for this was, but I thought it was kind of a fall, you know, that transition into fall color with the oranges and reds and yellows. So this I think was for September. And then for October, I have this really gorgeous yarn from Crow and Crescent Yarn Company. This colorway is called Swamp Witch, and it is on their Callisto sock base. And I just thought that this was such a gorgeous color. I had to have it as soon as I saw it online. And then I've got November, maybe. This is I have extra yarn in here, more yarn than months, so I'm not sure where I messed up here. But this is West Yorkshire Spinners signature on their 4-ply base. This is the colorway Owl. And then I have, maybe I was just thinking I'll be extra festive for Christmas because I have 2 Christmas colorways. So this is, I think, a Grinch colorway. I have no idea where this yarn is from, but I've definitely showed it on the podcast in the past. And then I also have my old Yarnable yarn from December of, it doesn't have a year on it, but I've had this in my stash for a couple of years. It's called Here We Come a Wassailing. And I saw somebody knit a pair of socks in this exact colorway, and I loved how the colors turned out. So I wasn't crazy for it, like wrapped up in the skein, but seeing it knit up, I thought, I'll pull that out of my stash and knit it up for December. And then it's all in here minus the next pair of socks that I'm going to cast on for March. So moving in to works in progress, I have in my orange knitting tools bag from White Rose Fiber Company. These are my cozy sweater socks by Leah Gibson. Oh, this one's inside out. I did not weave, I flipped it inside out to weave in the ends. So I do have one almost finished sock here. And then I have a pretty good start on the leg. I love this stitch pattern so much. It is so, it's intuitive, it's fun, it's fast. I'm really loving this pair of socks, and if you guys have been around for a while, you know that I'm really not a patterned sock knitter. I always give up on them because I don't enjoy the pattern. So this is kind of a nice change of pace for me because I'm not that girl. So this has been a lot of fun. I'm like sliding off the couch. I'm gonna be on the floor here soon. So that's that project. That's pretty much all that I've worked on in the past couple of weeks. I don't think I have anything else. Nothing else I've finished. I may have put in a couple of rows in my Salty Days sweater, but nothing worth showing really. I've just been kind of putting pedal to the metal on my February socks because today is February 22nd and my goal is to have them finished by February 28th. So I've only got 6 days left. So fingers crossed that I will have a finished pair of socks for February to show you on the next episode of the podcast. And then the only other thing that I worked on this week was actually a sewing project. So I have been really wanting to make like a car trash can type thing for both of our cars because we just accumulate garbage. In my car, it ends up in the front door thingy in your door, and Ben just throws it in the back of his car. So I wanted to kind of make a solution for that. So I just used some scrap fabric from the shop and I sewed up this little bag. It's just a bag. It's nothing fancy and it's a good size bag, so we don't have to take it in every couple of days. But it's just, I didn't feel like sewing handles, so I actually had cut these straps off of a pair of work pants that I have because you're like supposed to tie them into a bow or something, and I didn't like the way that looked, so I cut them off and sewed them on here so I could finish my bag. So yeah, I am kind of excited to see how this works out, if it's going to be more trouble than it's worth or if it's going to keep my car cleaner. And my plan is to, well, I'll probably put this one in Ben's car because we use his car more regularly, but I'm hoping to make another one eventually for my car, and we'll see how that works out, if they're more trouble than they're worth or if they help us keep cleaner cars. So we shall see. Moving into books. Since the last time that I sat down and chatted with you guys, I have read The Spell Shop by Sarah Durst, which was just a cute, cozy read that I thoroughly enjoyed. I'm not usually like a fluffy book reader, but I saw it in a store on like a highly recommended shelf or something like that. I don't know, it just caught my eye and I put it on hold at the library and I just really enjoyed it. I don't know, it was cute. It was not spicy at all and there was like minimal swearing, so it was a pretty good, like, clean read. So I really enjoyed that. I am currently reading Fear of No One by E.E. Nelson, which is a dystopian type book set in the future where the main character is struggling to figure out who she used to be. She doesn't have any memory of how she got from the life she thought she was living to this life 75 years in the future. So that has been an interesting read so far. And then I also am listening to an audiobook right now called Murder Past Due by Miranda James. It is just a cozy murder mystery that I throw on in the background when I'm making dinner or sometimes when I'm knitting and don't really want to watch something. I'll just kind of, so I'm not super far in that, but so far it's cute and cozy and everything that you would want from that genre, so I am enjoying that as well. So as far as life updates go, we are still just trudging through tax season here, so I do not have as much knitting time as I would like, as much crafting or even downtime as I would like, because this is our busy season. So I'm just putting in the long hours and the crock pot meals before I leave for work, and we're just kind of hanging on for dear life at this point. But only, let's see, 2 months to go, and then things will slow down, and then we move into extended filing season, so things will relax a little bit after April 15th. Thinking about some things that I would like to knit in the future, I wore my Felix pullover for the first time since I started working at this office, and I really enjoyed it, but it gets hot. I get really hot because it's like a worsted weight yarn and heavier or bigger size needles. So yeah, it was hot, and there were a couple of things that I'm not sure if they are just sizing issues or like style issues, but I had like some bunching. When I was sitting at my desk, my collar would be like sitting out to here, like in the back. I don't know. I'm not a designer, so had some issues that I might want to address later on for that sweater to make it more wearable in the future. But I really enjoyed it. I got lots of compliments about it at work, so that was fun. And as far as so circling back to dream knitting, got a little off topic there. In the future, I think I want to start focusing on knitting a few lighter weight sweaters to add to my wardrobe. I love a knitted garment, but unfortunately it just doesn't really get cold enough. Or it does get cold enough, but everybody in my office is blasting like space heaters, so it just doesn't make sense to wear those big bulky sweaters to work. And you know, on days that I'm not in the office, I am running around with a toddler, and I think he's like 6 months old now, so hand knit garments are not it for that work environment. So yeah, focusing. I don't have any patterns in mind, but if you have a lighter sweater suggestion that you have knit and loved, let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to see it and check it out and maybe add it to my list for the year. Another goal that I have, I want to knit another Musselburgh for Ben. He loves that hat, but it started out too big, and now it's like stretched even more from him wearing it and it getting wet like in the snow and stuff. So it's kind of funny when he wears it, but he won't not wear it. So I'm going to try to knit him a new Musselburgh that fits a little bit better. He's already picked out the yarn that he wants, so I am planning on having that for him. Probably not by this winter, but maybe next winter we'll have that situated for Ben. And then one more project that I am really looking forward to starting is a pattern I found on Etsy called Chick in an Egg. And it's just these little baby chicks knit in size 6 super jumbo bulky yarn, and they have these little eggs that come apart, and they're just, I don't know, they're so cute, and the pattern was like $3, so I couldn't resist, and I'm thinking about making a couple of those for the little boy that I babysit. He's very into birds right now, so I'm hoping that that'll still be a thing the next time I see him. And then moving into acquisitions. I have quite a few. So I'm going to start with my latest acquisition, which is this pig stitch marker set. They are so cute. I only have 2 on here. Let's see. There's these 2, and then I will pop a photo of the third one. It is currently on the inside of this sock. So I gotta, well, maybe I can. Okay, so here is the third one. It's just a little pig wearing like a scarf or something. I don't know. They're super cute, but this is my finished sock. And let's see, the stitch markers are from Seashellcrafter on Etsy. I will pop a link to their shop in the description box down below. And then I also got a new project bag. This is the Cozy Toesies mini project bag from Barleypurls on Etsy. I got the mini drawstring option, and it's just, you can't really see in there, but it's just the cutest little bag, and it's so small. It's perfect, I think, to shove down in my purse for those, you know, couple minutes of knitting that I get here and there. And their name is on this little ring for your stitch markers or scissors or whatever. So I I'm so excited to pop, I think I'm gonna pop my socks in there after I finish recording, and I'm just so excited to use it. Let's see, a couple other things. I bought some fabric from Joann the other day, so I thought I might like to make another, like a small project bag like that and kind of get my toes back into the project bag making mojo, I guess, and see, just trying to find a project that inspires me. So I found this fabric. Hello. So cute. This is the When Pigs Fly print, and I also linked to both of these fabrics on the website down below. And this is the daisies embroidered on peach cotton. So I thought I would use this for the inside. It almost sort of matches the color of the pigs. So yeah, I thought that would be a super fun, kind of quick project to get back in the sewing game. And the last thing that I have to show is this Big Twist wood easel loom. I know I need another hobby, like a hole in the head, but I have just seen so many wonderful weaving projects lately. And then my friend's mom weaves, and she sent me some dish towels that I'm in love with, and they're just, I don't know, they're so beautiful. And I thought maybe someday, you know, maybe like in the summer, if I have some time, I can bust out the loom. I did really love weaving. When I was a kid, I used to go to the Y for their after school program, and they had a big, huge like wall loom, and that's what I would do. I was there for like maybe 2-3 hours in the afternoon, and that's all I would do. I would just sit in front of that loom and just weave my little heart out. So I am hoping that this is a good idea. I'm hoping that I still love it as much as I used to. I probably won't get around to it until later on in the summer, but I am really itching to cast something on or warp my loom or something. I don't know what the terminology is, but I am looking forward on starting a project on my loom very soon. And that is everything that I have to talk about with you guys. This is kind of a longer episode for me. So hopefully you stuck around, you made it to the end, and you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you feel so inclined. And tap the bell to get a notification every time I upload a new video. So until next time, happy knitting. Bye.